I hear you, and I understand that you're ready to break alcohol cravings before alcohol completely breaks you. Welcome to day 3. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to emotionally reset your mind and body so cravings start to lose their grip. Are you tired of feeling like the wine owns you? I was in that same place, and I definitely felt like the wine owned me. I'm Jane DeLuca, and I guide ambitious women like you on a journey to freedom from alcohol by restoring calm to the nervous system, rebuilding self-trust, and creating a life that truly feels aligned with the woman that you crave to evolve into. Maybe you're just feeling unsure about what the next steps look like. I remember how overwhelmed I felt at the beginning. If you've landed on day 3 first, then you can head to my playlists after where you'll find day 1 through 5 in this series. You can also grab your free copy of your very own 5-day mini reset in the description below. I'm here to help you learn how to reduce those feelings of blaming yourself and replace them with empowering thoughts that'll free you from your guilt for good. I remember just 1 year ago feeling so lost and desperate for change, so I understand the struggle that you're going through. So you've probably clicked on my video today because deep down you know curbing your wine habit is a journey and battling alcohol addiction for the rest of your life is definitely not your destination. I'm so happy that you're here because now I have the privilege of gently guiding you on the path towards your very own transformation. So your brain's probably fighting you on this, but your heart is what's been in charge for a while now. In the next few minutes, we're going to dive into something new and exciting, and I can't wait to share it with you. Maybe you've got some health goals and you want to lose a little weight in 2026, and all the empty calories from alcohol are just holding you back. Maybe you have terrible mum guilt like I did, and I'm positive that you're tired of terrible sleep and waking up feeling like something the cat dragged in. Whatever you're going through, you can take heart today because I'm pretty sure I've already been where you're at. Let's not waste one more minute and jump in right now. So the heart of the Alcohol Freedom Journey protocol is where I deliver on the promise to break alcohol cravings before they break you. So the first pillar of our emotional reset framework is using something I call movement as medicine. Think of this as something like your secret weapon. So when a craving hits, instead of reaching for the glass, you move your body. Why? Because science actually backs this. It's all about neuroplasticity and your brain's innate ability to rewire itself over time. So simply put, cravings are not random. They follow familiar mental shortcuts that your brain has relied on for years now. When stress hits, your mind takes the fastest route it knows to find relief, even if that route no longer serves you. So movement changes the chemistry of that moment. And as long as you can commit to this one thing, which is movement at the very moment the craving hits you, you'll begin to retrain your brain through neuroplasticity. Movement will release endorphins and dopamine in a way that calms the nervous system and gives your brain another option. Research from places like Harvard shows that as little as 10 minutes of movement can reduce the intensity of your cravings by up to 50% within the first week. That's your biology that's responding to support and not to being forced. I've personally seen results even quicker and faster than 10 minutes. In my own experience with long-standing trauma-driven patterns, pairing movement with intentional self-talk and breath work has created real and lasting change. So at first, it felt unfamiliar and even uncomfortable. More about how pain and movement tie together in a future video. But over time, those wine shortcuts began to lose their attraction. My brain learned a steadier response, and alcohol finally stopped dominating my every thought. It moved from the center of all of my decisions into the background of my mind and my life, where it no longer controlled me. You can do this too. Start small with a wall squat in your living room and do some deep breathing that has a steady rhythm. I'm going to teach you that in just a minute. But for now, I want you to tell yourself, I'm a woman who's overcoming my addictions. I'm an amazing mother that puts my kids first. It's not about perfection. It's about just practicing and tiny moments of progress. They all start to add up over time. But what if the craving sneaks up on you emotionally? That's where the next tool comes in. So stay tuned because it flips the script on self-doubt. And make sure you stick around because as we move forward together, you get to be the one to decide how, when, and where. We're putting the power back in your hands and putting you in the driver's seat of your own life. You're an amazing woman, and with some commitment and micro efforts on your part, I promise you that 2026 is going to be your year. Here's the promise I want to make to you today. You can reset emotionally. And in just a sec, I'm going to show you how. Have you started to feel like alcohol is costing you everything, but at the same time, your brain's telling you that you can't quit? What if I want to go out with friends? What then? What about that barbecue I'm invited to next week? What am I going to do when I'm overcome with stress and anxiety or loneliness? What then? How will I ever be able to eat at a nice steak restaurant ever again? Do you try to imagine what a life without alcohol looks like, but it just feels so huge and overwhelming, like it's almost impossible because everybody drinks, right? Like temptation will be everywhere and you've always given into it in the past. How will I ever be able to be any different? I want you to know that these feelings are totally valid and very normal. Let me know in the comments if you want me to make a video about this topic, because I've been through all of those moments. So I've not just been able to transform my choices, but now I also get to feel really good about them. So you're here today on my Alcohol Freedom Journey channel because the algorithm saw your search, it saw your struggle, and it brought you right here to me. Perhaps God is also guiding your steps. I'm convinced He's been with me since my darkest moments until now. I don't want you to go anywhere because this next part is so important. I want you to know that I see you and I get it, and I'm passionate about helping you to reclaim control of your life. I think the first step starts with a story you can probably relate to. You might hear this and feel a familiar heartache and remember a moment in time when something painful happened and life was never the same again. But you kept going because you didn't have a choice. You held it together and you found ways to numb what felt too heavy to face. Not because you planned to or chose to, but maybe because you were just surviving and you didn't know how to cope. And even if your story is different, avoiding pain and relying on alcohol to cure it is always the same affliction. It's just a varying different circumstance. So let me share something personal with you. I've always been a motivated go-getter, an entrepreneur, and have traveled and lived in several places across the world. But after my brother's suicide in 2000, my whole life changed. Because my brother Troy, his death, it shattered my entire world. I was only 24 when he jumped off the roof of a tall building. He was my only sibling and we were really close. In so many ways, I've had such a beautiful life, but I've battled addiction for many, many years. And the important thing is I've overcome it and now I get to guide you. This video is not about my story though, it's about you. I'm only telling you this so you know that I have been into the pits of hell and had to drag myself out. I pray that I can help you overcome your addictions, whatever they might be, in way less time than it took me to overcome mine. If I can help you with that, then I've succeeded. This type of emotion hits hard, doesn't it? But this is where everything shifts. I finally discovered a way to reset, and it wasn't through sheer willpower, but by rewiring my brain and my body at the same time. In our situation, when you're battling alcohol addiction, we're not just moving for the sake of it. Movement is now an intentional medicine. It's how we can calm the body and support real healing of the brain and body together. Perhaps it can even remind us of the innocence of our childhood when we weren't addicted. Since then, we've just lost our way. Let's get right back on track to the best part. These techniques are simpler than you think. The second pillar on this journey is called second person self-talk. It's such a game changer for the emotional part of your reset. So I want you to talk to yourself like the coach of a team or a trusted friend would speak to you. Say you've got this instead of I've got this. Why are we using second person self-talk, you might ask? Well, research from psychologists like Ethan Kross shows that it creates distance and reduces emotional intensity by 30 to 40%. It's like coaching your best friend through a tough spot or building up a child that doesn't believe in themselves. Here's how to apply it when a craving builds. You first notice it and then you pause and say out loud or in your head, but preferably out loud, you're strong, you've built an amazing life and you don't need alcohol anymore. You can pair it with movement for double the impact. You can use this during a walk. Here's an example. You deserve to feel joy and motivation to succeed. This is what you're telling yourself. So within days, self-doubt begins to fade and it'll get replaced by empowerment. It's backed by neuroplasticity too. Repeating this actually rewires your brain's response to stress. So give it a try next time you have a craving. Why don't you grab your phone, or if you prefer, grab a pen and paper. So try to write down 3 you affirmations now that are personally tailored to you, like you are reclaiming your power over alcohol. Let me know how you feel in the comments. I see how much potential there is in you, and I hope you'll consider embracing opportunities to be more present in your own journey. You deserve to experience life fully on your own terms and in your own time. Are you beginning to see how this can create a shift in your life, like it has in mine or any of the women that I've helped? It's simple, proven, and works for women like us in our 40s and beyond when we're maturing into the best version of ourselves. So what about when anxiety spikes? This final tool ties everything together, so don't miss this. I'm going to give you one more example of how I helped another mum recently who was feeling really overwhelmed by her struggle to change her relationship with alcohol. So Jen is a 48-year-old single mum, and she was juggling a high-stakes job when she's working from home, and she's also taking care of 2 challenging teenagers. Was she ambitious? Yeah, she was absolutely ambitious. But she was using alcohol as her go-to stress reliever, turning her afternoons and evenings into a battle of good versus evil. Jen knew she needed to change, but at the time didn't have any tools to get there. She always kept repeating the same cycle every night, which ended in her going to bed buzzed and not getting decent sleep. She hit rock bottom, realizing that her choices were hurting her relationship with her kids. It was also negatively impacting her work and life balance. Quitting felt impossible to Jen with all of the chaos life was throwing at her, but after being guided on her alcohol freedom journey, she learned to breathe through it, literally. So it wasn't just some magic pill, it was a real reset that calmed the storm inside, giving her the space to choose differently. Have you ever felt like you were lacking the tools or any type of structure on how exactly to overcome alcohol use disorder? Well, the beautiful thing is that one of the techniques that Jen used is a simple 4-sided 2-minute technique that anyone can master. So let's unlock that now. The third pillar we're going to talk about today is box breathing. So this is a technique you can use anywhere. It's so effective, it's actually used by some of our finest Navy SEALs. So this technique is where you inhale for 4 counts, hold for 4 counts, exhale for 4 counts, and hold again for 4 counts. And you repeat this 3 to 5 times. Why, you might ask? Because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system, it drops your cortisol levels, and just in case you're wondering, that's our stress hormone. So studies from the American Psychological Association shows a 20 to 30% drop in just minutes. I personally can also vouch for this. It breaks the intensity of your craving cycle by resetting your body emotionally. I guided Jen on how to use these techniques during dinner because this time was the time in the day for her where her cravings would hit her the hardest. So after she learned how to combine focusing her body, movement, and thoughts in a uniquely different way, her cravings dramatically weakened. She started to feel more in control and now had a specific plan in place for what to do at the very moment that the cravings for alcohol were hitting her. She was now equipped to make much better and healthier choices that built her up instead of choosing alcohol that was constantly tearing her down. So the key is to catch yourself at the very moment that the craving hits. And you need to completely change what you're doing at that very moment. I want you to implement this tonight and watch the change unfold. I dare you to try the full framework when your next craving shows up. Please let me know in the comments how it felt and if you noticed a reduction in your craving. So to recap really quickly, we're using movement as medicine for neuroplasticity that's literally changing our brain, and second person self-talk for a mindset shift, plus box breathing for anxiety reduction. These 3 small changes in Jen's habits led to her new and life-giving decisions in the evenings, and they were decisions that she could be really, really proud of. And the best part, her kids noticed and were feeling way less concerned about their mum and if she was going to be okay. So these techniques are proven for women like you who want to change your old patterns into something brand new. And what you previously thought was your only option into real, lasting freedom from these addictions that have slowly crept in and taken over your life. Can you picture your life without cravings and without being so reliant on alcohol? Are you ready to make it happen? Here's how to start today. To make this real, grab my free 5-day mini reset download in the description below. If you're liking my channel, please like and subscribe to Alcohol Freedom Journey for more exciting videos that will lead you one by one towards your very own transformation. Also, tap the bell icon so you never miss an upload. I upload weekly. Now you've got the tools. This emotional reset framework isn't just theory, it's your path to breaking cravings before they break you. Please don't forget to comment below about your biggest takeaway. Please don't be shy with your questions. I'm here to answer all of them. Stay with me on my channel and join me here for day 4 of your mini reset. Let's build an awesome, supportive community together of women helping women. I'll see you in the next video.